Hello and welcome. Welcome to the Earth, Sea, Love podcast. This podcast is for and about women of colour and our relationship with nature. Hosted by me, Sheree Mack. The Earth, Sea, Love podcast is committed to exploring the experiences of women of colour with Mother Nature. We want to provide spaces where the hidden voices in the environmental and conservation conversations can explore their relationship with the natural world. Inspired by our time spent outdoors, we amplify the voices of women of colour, our stories, our conversations, interviews, photography, writing, and artwork. We'll be exploring our legacies, histories, and memories which have had an influence and effect upon how we perceive ourselves within the natural world and within the environmental and climate justice movements. Welcome to the Earth, Sea, Love podcast. The Earth, Sea, Love podcast is a space for women, feminine, and non-binary people who are Black, Indigenous, people of colour to explore their relationship with nature. Thank you. Now, I know I've mentioned Alex Elle before in her book that I'm working through, How We Heal. But, a quote that stayed with me is, give yourself permission to mend slowly and sweetly and in due time. There's no need to rush your healing. There's no need to get over it today or even tomorrow. Let your process lead you. Make space for your grief to teach you something. Alex Elle. And I know reading this is a reminder to myself that this journey is a slow process. As I've said, I feel like I've been on this journey since 2015 when I was awakened to how I didn't want to continue living the life that I was living that way. And how I am making space now intentionally. I can feel it in my bones, my flesh, my everything, that I am making space for the grief to flow through me, to teach me, to leave its impression on me. And in that process, I am healing. So I'm just so pleased that I found Alex Elle, because it's given me tools, it's given me the language, it's given me the words to know that and feel that I'm doing the right thing. I'm doing the right thing for me, at the right pace for me. It just reaffirms this journey that I am. So I thank Alex Elle, and I say, get that book, because we all need to heal. As I keep saying, we all need to heal. And maybe we just spend too much time running away from the healing. So many distractions that we have from others and within ourselves that we don't want to face our pain and suffering. It comes down to basically that we repress ourselves, we repress our true selves, and we are disconnected from ourselves. And there's that fear of leaning into ourselves, showing our true selves, being in this world as our true selves, because we don't want to be rejected. We don't want to be unloved. We don't want to be judged unworthy. And that's why I have that tattoo on my wrist. I am enough. Welcome back to the Earth, Sea, Love podcast. You might hear some pitter-patter feet in the background, maybe some shaking noises. At this moment in time, I'm house sitting and dog sitting. Where I live, we're not allowed to have pets. Yes. And so I get my fur fix by looking after other people's pets. And usually it's dogs. So at this moment in time, I'm in this lovely flat in Tynemouth, looking out to the sea, looking after Izzy, who's such a beautiful, beautiful dog. She is very soothing and calming, and we can just sit for hours really in each other's company, just stroking her and giving her some love, and she gives it back in return. So that you might hear that in the background. But so this is part of that mini little series that's been coming out in January 2023 so far, around my healing journey, how I am intentionally leaning into my healing. And I've mentioned practices and processes that I have to support this journey, and one of them is journaling. But what I've been doing recently, I've been doing it for a few months now, is that before I put pen to paper, I actually pull an oracle card. I'm working with the Earthcraft Oracle by Juliet Diaz and Lorraine Anderson. They wrote it, and the artwork on the card is by Danielle Boudou Fortune, and this is such a beautiful, beautiful deck. And I might have mentioned them before, this deck, because it's so, well, first of all, I can identify myself within it. It is diverse in the representation of the images, what are in there, of the people, but the majority are black and brown bodies, women, within their power, and it's such a beautiful deck because they're all related to nature as well, and it's so colourful, and it really sings to my soul. So today I pulled card 13, which with the title of Inner Healer, and I went, wow, yes. And you can take it or leave it, the bits that I've said, or if you believe in it or not. But I've been finding that the cards I've been pulling have been chiming with the way I've been thinking or feeling, and they're sort of like reinforcing my thoughts and feelings. They're filling me with confidence, or they're giving me a nod, or they're giving me another sign. And that's what they are. They're a sign, and it's how you read those signs. So this card, number 13, Inner Healer, and it's talking about doing the inner work that is required to transform or turn my pain, my trauma, into medicine. And this is the choice that you can make. We all have a choice, and we can choose to be downtrodden, out for the count, allowing our past traumas and pain and suffering to be the story going forward, to dampen our spirit, to keep us in those painful places. Or we can choose to take this trauma, this pain, this grief, and to use it, to work through it, to transform it into another part of our identity. And a powerful part of our identity, a learning experience, something that we can move forward with. And it's the baggage that we carry, but it's a case of like, can we make that baggage a little bit lighter with that inner insight, with that self-compassion, with that grace towards ourselves, and know that, mistakes might have happened, things might have happened to us, but that does not define us. They are not us. Yeah, we are not the mistake, but we make mistakes. So getting this card, number 13, which is my number. I'm not even going to say lucky number. It's just my number. I was born then. So, inner healer. Anyhow, getting this card is what I've said, signaling that choice. Will you take this opportunity to become a powerful healer of self and others, maybe? Or will you choose to remain in those self-limiting beliefs within those past traumas? And I have been on this journey. I do recognize it now. I've been on this journey since May 2015, when it was that shit hit the fan episode, when when they tried to ruin me, when I had hit rock bottom, when I was contemplating, no longer being here on this earth. I know that my healing journey started then. And of course, there's been other traumas and other suffering and pain that has been put on top of that. But from that point onwards, I consciously, subconsciously, in my body, in my mind, in my heart, in my soul, decided that I was no longer prepared to keep my light, repress my light any longer. And in order to be able to shine for myself and for others, it has meant confronting my pain, working through my pain. And I know, through this time of working on myself with the support of Mother Earth, nature is so healing, that I am awakening within me that inner healing, that inner healer that I am for myself. And I know healing myself means that I can bring forth within this world a better, maybe the best version of myself for myself and others. And I know it's difficult to let go. And I know it's difficult doing the work. And I know this work is never over. But I know with each word I put down on the page, with each tear that is shed, with each regret I let go of, I'm allowing myself to heal. And I'm grateful. I am so grateful to have this time and space and the wisdom, that bodily gut wisdom, instinct to know that I am on this right path. I am on the right path for me. And yeah.